A few days after this, she's already so much bigger. Please look at the picture on the top. Little Bamboo is in the bamboo forest with the old man. The old man is telling her to stay back. Now look at her clothes. The sleeves are covering her wrists and the skirt is up to her ankles. It's too large for her. Then, when she is playing with wild boar piglets, the mother wild boar attacks Little Bamboo. But Sutamaru, who is only a child at this time, comes and rescues her. Sutamaru holds Little Bamboo while they both fall into a bush. Then, he notices that Little Bamboo is even bigger. Sutamaru says, "Did you just get bigger?" So, you see, well, Little Bamboo recalls this period later on after she becomes an adult. I miss those days. I want to go back to the mountain with everyone. But everyone means men. She misses the world occupied by men. So people who are involved in gender issues claim that this movie depicts how women have been oppressed in the male society. That's easy to read from the story, but at the same time, it's hard to understand. But Takahata depicted how Little Bamboo, or Princess Kaguya, actually is a girl who always has men around her. But it's not her nature to do so. It's probably her attribute. When Princess Kaguya was sent to the earth, she must have been given that kind of power. That's what I think. But let's talk more about that later. Anyway, for now, remember how other girls are intentionally excluded from the scenes. Next, it's a scene where Little Bamboo is bathing. When she's bathing, boys call her saying, "Come here." The boys are naked. The boys think she'd be too embarrassed because she's naked. But Little Bamboo doesn't even hesitate for a second, takes off her clothes, and jumps into the water. The boys see that, get surprised, and go, "Wow." But when she comes out from the water, she has turned into a beautiful girl with long hair. This time, she has grown when boys see her naked. So, she grows when frogs mate, when boys and the old man call her, when Sutamaru holds her in his arms, and when the boys see her naked. There's only one explanation for this. The tale of Princess Kaguya is extremely sexually charged. Right here, you see a girl in the back holding a baby, but she's there for no reason, because she doesn't do anything in this scene. And there's girls who are beating straw in another scene. But Little Bamboo doesn't even try to join the girls' group. Instead, she leaves to play with the boys. Now, after Little Bamboo leaves to play with the boys, the pheasant incident occurs. Sutamaru catches a pheasant and kills it, which is quite impressive. And he does this classic gesture of holding the game up high. Kaguya tries to climb down the cliff to go to Sutamaru, although Sutamaru warns her. She falls, but Sutamaru catches her. When he does that, he directly grabs Kaguya by her breasts. Then Kaguya's hair grows even longer. Sutamaru sees Kaguya and says, "Did you grow again?" This too shows how Kaguya grows much faster when she interacts with the man she likes. This movie seems to depict how Kaguya depicts the subject of men's desire only after she grows into an adult. But actually, she already belongs to that kind of world from the beginning. It's not that obvious, but it is depicted. Now, let's move on to the next topic. The movie actually has many comical scenes. There are so many. And the scene right after this one is also a joke. When Sutamaru says to Kaguya, "I feel that you will grow even bigger, then leave us to go to another world." He sounds pretty serious. Then, Little Bamboo says, "Why do you say that? Little Bamboo will always be with you, Sutamaru." It's supposed to be a romantic scene. They're this close. And she says, "Why do you say that? Little Bamboo will always be with you, Sutemaru." The way she says it makes it sound like she's proposing. Sutemaru, too, has this look on his face. Oh, she's proposing to me. Then Kaguya says, "I'm always gonna be one of your gangs." I mean, gang? You see, it's a joke. Takahata is making a joke. However, people don't seem to get the jokes. Takahata wants the audience to laugh, hearing this line. It's like saying, "I'll be your friend forever. We're BFFs." But it didn't work. There are other scenes that are supposed to be funny. For example, Kaguya puts up her hair. Then, well, she's become an adult. She has grown beautifully. It became the subject of a rumor. Then the 5 nobles compete against each other to visit her earlier than others. They visit her on their ox carts, the elegant carriages pulled by cows that usually walk slowly. But then they race on those ox carts. It's depicted from a horizontal view. Because the ox carts are moving fast, the willows or the people in the front are drawn as blurred silhouettes. If you look closely, the ox carts are running furiously by pushing all the private citizens into the ditch. Aesthetically, this is what Miyazaki animes do. Do you remember a scene from Raputa where Dola family's car makes everyone fall into the river at the Slag Ravine? Same thing is happening here. It's completely comical. It's a spectacular race scene, but by ox carts making the ordinary people fall into the water one after another. Too bad people don't find this funny. Instead, the scene is viewed as a portrayal of men's foolishness. It's supposed to be funny though, but somehow Takahata's jokes are hard to get. I mean, really. He's a skilled anime director and a storyteller, and he creates such good images. Seriously, no one can make this. The people who walk through the front and the trees are translucent. Not only that, they move like children's book illustrations. He's done something no one else could do, which takes people's breath away. So people miss out on all the comical scenes. Here too. When the 5 nobles arrive, Kaguya's private teacher, Lady Sagami, appears and says, "Now, if you would each speak in order of precedence." In the original story, though, they come one by one. Sure, anime needed to save time, but look how they are lined up and shot from the side. It looks just like The Bachelorette, where guys line up and propose to a girl one by one, saying, "Please be my girlfriend." But again, because the images are so well drawn, people don't get the joke. So, in the original story, Kaguya receives many proposals, but because she refuses every single one of them, everyone gives up. Until these extra dirty-minded 5 men remain. Then Kaguya gives them completely unreasonable demands. Takahata doesn't depict any of that process. He completely ignores the original story and no one laughs at his jokes. Later, Kaguya demands them to bring her many items like the jewel branch of Horai Mountain. This fat guy sitting in the middle, he brings her a robe of fire rat fur. He says, "This fur will never burn." Kaguya says, "Try to burn it in front of me." So the man tries to burn it. It doesn't burn. For a second, the man is relieved, but then suddenly the fur catches fire. And the man goes, "What?" This is the same type of humor that comes out of his feature film, Chia the Brat, with the same comical rhythm. But still, no one laughs at this scene in the movie.